Okay, and here we are again. And I woke up early in the morning and I kind of, I don't know, I doubled the nacelles and went running around doing upgrades. Got a nice little run and getting there. So, what I'm going to do today is just continue along that little run. Let's see here. We'll go here. Plunk. Let me bring this over to me. That's right. You come right here. There we go. That's a little more comfortable, man. I figured out a neat way to... You put your wallet right by the front of the keyboard, then the WSAD. It's not so hard on the hands because your fingers are raised up. Yeah, that's it. Boy, oh boy. Intelligent people, what they would design, eh? Should make a keyboard like that. Have like a thing pop out underneath so where your hand can rest for gaming. Yeah. Another thing I gotta get out of is twisting my wrist this way. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is a really nice run for upgrades. You'll see what I mean here in a second. I'll just be going bump, 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 bump. So when I get to the end of the run, I'll stop and say hi to people in the chat. And oh, they came out with some new stuff for Unreal today, and it's useful to some degree. It's just not what I would want to be. The only thing that's really kind of useful is the spawn thing. But I kind of already have an idea how to make something like that myself, which is probably why they have that free. Right? So, like, that's the thing, right? They're coming out with a lot of stuff that the knowledge is already out there to do anyway. They just put a pack out for you so that, yeah, it's convenient. And I see that they're doing some kind of, they gave Godot engine a $250,000 grant. They, what else was it? They're doing a thing with Blender to make it easier to bring things from Blender to Unreal. I notice how immediately you have Jim Cruby over there and a couple other people going, well, I guess these guys are out of grant money, and yeah, I don't know. And I haven't been over to talk to him in a while. I don't know. I just get the feeling he's doing his own thing, so let him be and do his own thing, because I don't think it's something I want to be part of, I guess, is the word. People do that though, eh? They kind of string you along, and then once they think they've got everybody they can from you, it's kind of like a Doug Knievel thing. I only want to do an interview with you if I can steal subs. That's what he said to me. I was like, yeah. So when he's getting all this issues with people and stuff like that, I have no sympathy for a guy like that. He has no morals either, okay? And either side of that, whatever. That's why I'm gonna take the road of I'm not gonna be involved with it, because it's just stupid kiddie shit that it just makes everybody not do anything, you know? I'd rather be doing stuff than not doing stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna take my time at that level design because I want to do something cool, and that's you know, just instead of just getting something out there, which was what I was gonna do, and then I was gonna try and really get something half decent, and I just don't know what other. You know, I talk to people, they sound like they're into something, and it seems like they want me to do all the fucking bloody work, right? You know, that's just typical, though. You know, That's why I just go, well, if you're not going to help, then see ya. And I don't know. I mean, why have me invite everybody who would be involved in a project regarding cinematics and a kind of thing for YouTube to a channel and not have a place where we can post neat stuff for everybody to learn, right? Instead, he wanted it just about his little mod for Blender. Well, okay, I'll just remove all my shit there then. Nobody can fucking, you know, I'm not into the kiddie games. That's fine, you know, like, whatever. I'm not the one that loses. I can do rigging, it's just a big pain. And why I don't need to rig. I've got all the Paragon characters to play with. That's what I'm talking about. I was going to let Jim do the animating for that, even though, so that would free up me to do level design, and then you could, you know, get somebody involved in helping me with that. I had a guy talking about that. I don't know. You know, I mean, like, just everybody else is just meh. And you wonder why their channels never grow and they never do anything and all this other shit. It's because people just do the least amount of effort, you know, for anything anymore. Like what the fuck is that about, you know? Sorry for the language and all, it's just I'm a little pissed off in that sense. Like, just to give you an idea, I wrote 10,000 lines of PHP code for a browser game in 3 to 4 days. About 3.5 days. Okay? Like, really. Think about that. Okay? And it worked. Did what it was supposed to do, etc., etc. And, you know, hearing somebody going, well, I wrote 5,000 lines of code, and I go, well, yeah, and how many months has that taken you? Come on here. You want to get a grant from Epic, you better pick up your slack here, you know, before they write you right out of the system there with this new thing they're doing. I saw that and I went, oh boy, here we go. This is going to cause drama. What do you expect a big corporation to do? Sit around forever? Like, you know, instead of maybe doing your little bow thing, you should be concentrating on Mr. Mannequin and getting the damn thing freaking done. Get her done, boy. Instead of yapping on the forum, get her done. I didn't want to say anything, but you know, sometimes people need a kick in the freaking ass. That's what I'm all about. Kicking people in the ass. Hard. Speaking my mind. Telling you the truth when you don't want to hear it. Yep. I am the perfect PR department guy. That's right. I am your nightmare customer. Anyway. I'll get around to things. I just... It'll go better for me once I'm back to normal money situation, which I'm better this month. Next month will be, you know, this is doing this the gradual way so I don't make myself ill. You know, that's one of the things. La 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 la. I like this ship, man. She is cool. Look at this. Watch that. Oh, did I go too far? Yep. Just a little. Oh, barely not. More. Give me more. More. More loot! More loot! 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 Make a character named Loot. Walks around and change keeps falling out of his pocket. He keeps getting... His superpower is getting mugged. Constantly. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, I saw one of the Comicsgate guys that did a really neat sort of a montage, like little animated thing using. And I said to him, I says, you know, this is what you guys got to do more of. You got to animate it a little bit and use the technology. And this is good because it makes you wonder, you know, what else is next, you know, that kind of thing. That's what you want to do, right? Like finally someone gets how to market themselves a bit. And don't listen to Chester and those idiots over there, you know, that want to give you stupid ideas, okay? Half the 3/4 of the channel that's hanging out with that lad is not mentally sound, okay? And you want it, you know, they wonder why, you know, never mind, I'm not going there either. But anyway. It would be very interesting to pass a psychiatrist by YouTube and see how many people are sitting around on YouTube that have mental issues. You know, like, there'd be quite a few that are okay to be getting by, and then there'd be those that are, yeah, these ones need help. They shouldn't be uploading public videos for consumption to anyone. And then there are those con artist types. Psycho. I guess what would you call that? Psychotics? I don't know, whatever. I don't know why my brain's tripping on this kind of stuff lately. It's just trying to get my head around it, doing a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have to really sit down with some pen and paper and actually maybe even write some C++ code for the Unreal Engine. Yeah, man. I'm gonna actually modify the engine so I can make it do what I wanna do. You have to get to know the damn thing first, you see. There's still a few more things I gotta do, though, before I get there. And then I'm going to start writing code. And writing code and writing code. Yeah, it'd be like, I'll disappear for a week and people will go, "Where the hell were you, man?" And I'll be like, "Hey, check this out." And I'll be like, "Wow," or something, right? Okay, where'd that stupid lighter go again? I keep putting it over there. All right. Loot! Watch how fast this thing gets going. Look at that. I just got to take my finger off the gas already. Oh, there's a rock. Look out. Today, we're driving through this lovely sector where everything turns pink. You can look out your side window and see this nice yellow planet over there that someone looks like they peed on. And there's the happy moon over here. You can see how there's his mouth there, and there's a nose there, and there's two eyes there, and a little bit of a cheek there. He's just happy he's over there. Yep. Ribbit. I wonder if that's copyrighted. Ribbit. Maybe I'll go around the other side first. Do one of these. Hello. What are you? Where is this stupid thing to duck on? Where is the duck on thing? Come on. Where are you? There you are. You're being sneaky, aren't you? Yeah. This is why people run into buildings, because it doesn't work right all the time. Yeah. More loot. More loot. Come on, give it to me. More. Okay, then we go up over here. Over there. Told you, man, this is one hell of a loot run. Oh, and did I say it yet? Wake up! Can you imagine just screaming that? People are turning up the volume to listen to you because you talk soft and you just go, wake up! Your neighbors would be like, ah! What the hell was that, man? Our neighborhood's getting lively again. I heard a lot of loud voices and then some pops. Maybe someone's getting shot on the first floor again. It's like you need a bodyguard when you walk around here, you know? Like, what the hell? This place, man. We gotta get out of this place. Come on. You gotta be kidding me, right? Okay. There we go. Bang, bang, you're dead. 50 bullets in your head. Come on. Stupid thing. Come on. Let's go. Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up. Next. Come on, turn around. There we go. There we go. Go, go, go. Beep. Do you want me? You want me to like touch it or what? Jeez, man, that's just wrong. Oh, you. There we go. Lots of turrets, turrets. And you won't see a Star Trek ship like this because I made this one. See? And what happens, is the two right sides will swing forward and slap you in the head if you're bad. So be good. I'm Space Santa. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, look out for that meteor sitting right in front of it. Yeah. I almost think I've been by here a few times, eh? Like how they kind of camouflage it until you're like so close to it, there's absolutely no way you would ever get out of the way of it. Smash! Woohoo! Alright, come on, hurry it up there. We're gonna call this ship the Slap. Yep. Yep. Well, then we go to this little spot. There we go. Told you, man. This is a cool little map. This one. Just like do 2 runs around this, and you'll have just about everything legendarized. Well, not quite, but anyway. Load. It's a short distance. Why is it the short distance takes the longest to load? You go halfway across the galaxy and it takes no time at all. It's like, yeah, man. Like, what the hell? Where'd it go? It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Down here, over here. Where'd it go? It's hiding on me now. There it is. Ah, you moved a rocket this time, eh? Yes. You graduate from driving school in space when you can go 1,000 meters per second through an asteroid field. You get your master's license when you go 2,000 meters per second. And I want a video of that. Yeah. Turrets? Yes. No bolters. How disappointing. Haven't got any other weapons yet. I'll show you the size of the map. Well, I woke up at 2 in the morning and it's now noon hour, so 10 hours later, right? I played like 6 hours and then stopped, checked the Unreal Engine stuff out for the day, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Like, I mean, some of the stuff is like, it's like what you would call post-processing things for like changing lighting and, you know, making things a little more moody with lighting, that kind of thing. And so, you know, and what they did was they bound this little level into like a little square. You're just standing there, and they put pictures around you to make it look like it's 3-dimensional, right? And then you change the light on things. It's a plug-in for it, and it'll do that for everything. So it's interesting. I mean, you can. It's a nice system for lighting anyway. The other one was a spawn thing, and then there was a couple other things. There was a what do you call it? Something for like a tower-based game. I don't know. I'm not into that. I mean, I sit and play one because in between when I'm doing things, it just takes nothing to load. It's 10 minutes, and I've got the second highest score in the world. Yes, you heard that right. In the world. 21,000 and something to complete the thing, and I got as high as 15 grand, and no one else has done that. One other guy did the 21. I got a different way of doing it though. I'm convinced it can work. I just gotta tweak it. And then we'll be even. Yeah. Let's see here. How do I want to approach that? Come on here. What the hell am I going backwards for? Jeez. Goddamn drift. Let's flip around. Let's do one of these. I'm gonna have to add some more thrusters so I can spin better. I liked it before. The double nacelles kind of slow you down. Yeah. Well, I needed that acceleration so I can do things. Okay, I already did this one. Why am I here then? Okay. Oh, really? This is why I'm awake. This is why I'm awake. This is the awake. This is the wake. This is the wake. Almost done this run. I ate a whole, you know those big pies like things that are like meat pies you can get in the store, you know, and they're like, you could cut it up into like 4 of those and they'd be like the normal meat pies. I ate the whole thing last night. Yeah, and then I felt dehydrated, so I drank like 8 cups of water. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me today? And then, you know, I go lay down. I get up at 2 in the morning. I'm like feeling totally okay. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. You live in an apartment building. Some idiot tries an experimental drug or something. It goes up into the air, and everybody in the apartment building gets whacked on something for free. I can see that happening too, man. It bothers me that, you know, I don't know how the air circulates around in here, and it's just, you get some strange people doing strange things, man. Well, I could have lifted myself up and put myself right in there. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Turrets. Must have turrets. More turrets. Station, flip upside down, poof, poof. Yeah, man, lots of loot today. I know how to drive. Forward. That's right. My ship doesn't have brakes. Let me go up over here. I should check to see if the stream is still streaming. OBS has a habit of just turning itself off sometimes, I guess. It's an interesting concept. My internet died last night for the first time in ever. That was interesting. First time I've done that on me in 8 years? No, 2 years. They had an internet outage one time. I even got a piece of mail from someone who hasn't lived here in 2 years saying that they better pay their cable bill. I don't even have cable here. I have DSL. I was like, whoa, they owe a lot of money, man. I opened it up, like I just grabbed the mail and opened it, and I was like, oh, this person don't live here. What the hell's this shit? So now I gotta go find this person and give them their mail. That way they don't get mad. Somebody's hiding their mail on them. Do that on Friday when I know where they'll be. You see, if you do that by accident, right, you can still be in trouble, right? It's apparently in Canada, doing that's a 5-year prison sentence. If, you know, the fact is, the person's a personal friend of mine, so it's not a big deal. But still, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm the only person that gets mail here, so whatever, right? Anyway, so he wanted me to move in with him maybe in the spring, and I'm like, you ain't paying your debts, boy. You gotta pay your debts. Quit sitting around that PlayStation 4 and you know, get off your ass and you know, quit buying so much pizza and pot and pay your bill. Pay your bill, man. Would be neat. Would be neat if he paid his bill, you know, and didn't have those issues. Then he could get the PlayStation Plus, and then if I were moved in there, then I could get an account and you know, or use his, and we could muck around, and I'd have the Sony games and the PC games. But I don't know, when I see something like that where somebody ain't paying their bills, I kind of makes me wonder why all of a sudden they'd wanna. I'm thinking, yeah, it's because I always pay my bills, no matter how hard it is. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe before I do this, I'll say hi to the chat. Yeah, I think I will. Yep. Hey, somebody's in here. Hey, perp-minded, how are you, man? What's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? A little delay on this. I don't think, am I, let me see something here. Hold on a minute. Okay. I'm gonna go over here for a second. Let's do this. I don't think I'm, have I seen your site before? Or your, thing? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Geez, you're getting close, eh? Okay, I'm gonna leave that there, and then that way, when I'm done my stream, I'll get, I'll send a link out for your channel and see if we can get you up to 1K. You're getting there, man. Almost. I swear, by the time the end of this year's done, everybody who subscribed to me is going to be monetized, one way or another. Everybody will be happy and cheerful and yay. Okay, let's see here. We got some numpties coming in here attacking. No? Okay. Good. 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 Ooh, lots of hyperspace needs. Shields! What out to the shields coming? Jeez. This really, really is a lot of upgrading. And, oh, nice. Wow. There's 79 of these things, man. This is crazy. That's how many of them I've got this morning. This is the nuts. This is the nuts level, man. See what happens when you go do stupid things? You get good stuff. Doesn't happen in real life though, really. Unfortunately. Jeez, more of these. Why not? I'm not even gonna get at the weapons for a while here. Jeez. This is just nuts. There we go. How about the bottom part? Okay, I'll worry about that later. Like, look at all these weapons, eh? Like, okay. There's an upgrade. Anything that says 5, I'll take. Oh, there's one. Okay. There we go. Alright. You know what I mean? Look at all this shit. But like, where would you be carrying that on this ship, eh? You know? This is funny too. I have a Doctor Who cargo space container. Yeah, that's it. From the old TARDIS. Not this new stupid shit show that they got going on. Real men and real male kids don't watch stupid shows like that. Sorry, it's just not happening. Even real geeks and nerds don't. Crazy lawyers with dreams of buckets full of money make shows like that. So that they can throw the money out a window. Yeah, that's it. Holy jeez. Look at all this. More! Couple of these. Anything with 5 on this one? No. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. Unarmed. Holy shields, man. You'd almost think this was a Federation ship. Huh. I got news for you. It's a con chip. Fooled ya. Not worrying about that. Spiky things. Holy jeez. Oh. Whoa. We definitely have some upgrades to play around with here. it has been a glorious morning. Ha ha! Loot! Okay. What else we got here? We'll go with. And we'll take some suitcases. That's what these look like, suitcases, right? Now, what do we got going on up here? Anything I can play with up here? Nope. Not yet. Although I got that. That's nice. What's this one? Meh, meh. Meh, meh. 2, 3, 4 of these now. Okay. Not one purple yet, eh? You know? You know what I'm saying? All this loot. And it ends right at orange. Well, look at this guy coming right up underneath me. Hey, intelligence would dictate that you drive yourself right into another ship. Yeah, there we go. Whee! This is just like, yep. Alright. Let's see what we can do for upgrades here. So this is the ship, right? Not bad, eh? I took the base model and added 2 extra nacelles on the side. This is my little modification. This is all I had to do right there. Doot, doot, doot. And then what you do is, and I'll show you, this tool here, rectangle, you would copy, right? Now you copy that on an angle where you're not copying the other side there. See, like under here you've copied. And what you want to do is you try and get it as close to here as possible. Then you go into your save thing and you go to a template area and you Control V and it will put that directly into your inventory. And then you can just click on it, copy the keyboard, and then it will bring this out. And then you can copy pieces of different ships. And this is how you can come up with some wacky designs, boys and girls. That's right. Get ready, because in the next few days it's gonna be crazy design time. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna check out weapons for a minute here. Let's look at DPS. Double bolter. Is that the one I'm using on the front? Let's just see. Yeah, here are my weapons. Look at these toys. Yep. Who needs phasers? Mind you, phasers have a longer range, or lasers. M. P. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to check. This thing right in here. Okay, so this one gives 24%, 28%. I only got 3 of them. Okay, you know what? The hell with it. There we go. 9818. I'd lose 1% recharge. I get where's that other one? Durability be up though. Kinda need that. Now this I do need. 89% and recharge rate. What's the recharge rate? 51. Alright, you're going in there. We are now exotically done. Let's see. I'll put that in there. Why not? There we go. Yeah, what's that give me for things? Shields. 250,000. Hull. Where's my energy? Okay, lots of energy. Nice amount of stored. I even got a bunch of fighters. Check this out. And I got these crazy looking things. This is point defense something or other. I got Vipers, man. on a whatever class vessel we'll call this. Call it the Kronos. I don't know. Okay. Now we're going for a tour. Oh, as soon as it decides to save, there we go. Now, how far can I go? Oh, look at how far I can travel now, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Let's just start going on tour. Let's see how long it takes that hyperspace thing to go to. Oh yeah. Whee. 46 seconds. That's not too bad. Now let's keep going further in. See these guys. I went as far as these guys and kind of pulled back, right? What's that? Let's go up here. This ship is not an endgame ship. I would not take this outfitted like this into the center. Let's put it that way. But we're gonna muck around and see how far we can go before I start getting beat up a bit. And my fighter bays are those two little blue areas at the back, and you'd see fighters come right out at the back. That's why I like this game. I mean, what kind of a game allows you to have 10 of these ships and then have 10 fighter bays full of fighters in them and just wander around a galaxy beating everything up? See, the one guy was in here and he was asking me, he was saying, how come you're not playing on an insane level? Well, I'm not playing with 10 ships, am I? Right? So a tenth of the, you know. Anyway. Where am I going? Oh, yeah, way up here. Okay. There we go. And if you're just tuning in, I made some modifications to this ship. You see, in the original Star Trek, you couldn't do 4 nacelles. Then the next generation came along and they said, geez, we're running out of decent writers here. We need to mess around here. We got to be able to have that so we can make spaceships like this. See? Now, a ship like this, if I was designing it, that middle section here, right, like the saucer, you should be able to detach from the warp nacelles, right, and then off you go. Just saying, right? Let's I don't know, let's go up here, see what's up here. Just randomly go somewhere. It's kind of like Captain Kirk at the end of one of his TV shows or the movies. He says, well, just head over that way and head that way until dawn, you know. end up in a pirate haven. And apparently if you do this 10 times and you don't get attacked, this big boss guy shows up. So let's just keep doing it. Let's just go this way. Slowly sneak into the center. And see how far I can travel across the galaxy. Wow, man. That's how far I've gone. That's nuts. 12 seconds? How dare you? Launch Vipers. Yeah. So I was making my coffee this morning, right? And I go to sit down and I'm wondering, how the hell did I just get coffee on my chest? And I got long hair, right? And I didn't realize my hair fell into the coffee and then splashed on myself. And I was like, I didn't even feel it do that. I'm just looking down seeing this, right? I'm like, okay. This is just weird. It's kind of like when you get tired or sleepy and you get dozy and silly. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, lots of dots. Hey, it's Pac-Man, and he's wearing a visor, right? With some headgear on the side, right? Right? Pac-Man. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see here. Can I go over here? Where is that? Whoa. Taking a big risk here there, Kronos. You might just jump into something you can't handle. I get blown up in one shot. Wouldn't be the first time. Look at that, there's nothing around. Oh, there's the scan. Okay. Wonder what happened if I did that. No, I'm gonna keep doing the random thing. See if I can get that boss guy to show up. Signals are growing stronger. 2 seconds to jump. And jump. Had it with that side of the galaxy. I'm going to the other side. I'm gonna go up to the Delta Quadrant. See, it goes Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma. I don't know why they couldn't just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Where are they? I don't know, man. This could be dangerous. Let's see. Are they attacking me? No. Until I get within range. I'm gonna take you out. And I missed them. Hey, I got loot. his buddies are gonna really get angry. Here comes one. Hey, can I interest you in some of these? One guy left. Two guys. Oh, he just went on the other side of me. Okay. Here we go. I got it locked. See what I mean? These weapons, they're great because they don't overheat, but they're real hard to aim. They don't have that really great a range. It's hard to hit moving targets with bullets in space. See, and they even did damage to my shields. It's just, it's not a happy thing. It's an empty sector, Captain. Time to talk to the chat. This is about building your own little spaceship, and it's kind of like having you can play multiplayer with people online. You can explore, and the whole goal of this in single player is you got to find out how to get to the center of the map. Now, I've cheated in a sense, okay, because I made a ship like this in creative mode. It had a piece of Avorion on it, and that allows you to go through these rifts that circle the center of the galaxy. Well, there are missions that you do, and those missions get you, you know, progressing along, and you get these little keys, and then you do all these keys, and then there's like a big fight, and then you got a wormhole open up that takes you to the center of the galaxy. And then you go in there, and there's this massive boss fight. And if you don't have a certain piece of equipment equipped, you can't hurt it. So you got to learn about that too, and I'm gonna not spoil that. But I just like traveling around in these ships and upgrading the weapons and trying the different types of weapons out. And like I say, there's you can mine, you can hold on here, let me go back in the game here. You can mine with I'll show you something here. Where is it here? Hit the B button. Okay, let me just explain some weapons types here. Okay, this is a salvaging turret. You would put a couple of these on your ship. So after I blew up those guys in the last place, I use the salvaging lasers, and what it does is it breaks down the materials of their ship and the mods, so I can pick up the mods that they have on too. Otherwise, you can't do that. For asteroids and things, certain ones have certain abilities to mine different materials, right? Like these are the different types. You notice this is all blanked out. I'm in creative. I don't need. I'm unlimited. Same with cash and credits. Which this just allows me to get back into the game and relearn how to build stuff and crap like that. Um, and you say, well, how big is this game, right? Well, okay, that's one star system. Okay, so there's 100 star systems, right? Dun 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 dun. So 100 star systems times 10, there's 1,000. There's 10,000 star systems in that square. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Like, ooh, ooh, there's a million of them. Ha ha. Anyway, get up here. Anyway, and another thing you can do is you can do trade yourself, set up your own alliance. You can um, trade with players. It has land ability, you know, different shit like that. Like, I mean, hey, this is better than Trek Online because I could actually do things that are cool. You know, the only thing I can't do is land on a planet in this game, which would be a feature that would be cool, but he said he's never going to do because reasons. You know. And despite what you'll see when you go on this Steam page where he says 3 years of development, this game is not from 2017. It's actually 2013. Okay, it's only in the last 3 years that he's got his ass kicked to start developing, or he's going to get booted off of Steam because they are getting more strict on people sitting forever in early access. And this game is slated to actually release in this summer. And you can build your own weapons. You can build your own turrets. You can even build these fighters here, right? Like, watch this. Hold on here. I'll get out of this. We'll do this just as a little experiment. Watch this. Will they launch? Oh, it says no. Why is it saying that? No pilots. Oh, shit. I gotta make some pilots. Oh, wait a minute. You need pilots, eh? Return. Wait a minute here. So I'll do this. I guess it better... let me see here. Pilots. Where are pilots, for Christ's sake? Oh, yeah. Look at this shit. Okay. So now I got a purpose. Hold on here. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's go a different way every time. It's kind of like my dad on a Sunday drive. He'd say, okay, son, we're going out for a drive. Pick a direction. Okay, that way. And off we go. Every Sunday. And we'd end up somewhere. Okay. Get back over here. Hey, look at that. Mr. Green World. So anyway, I'll show you fighters in a minute here. And 24 seconds. So it's kind of like a 4X game, but 3D, and it's kind of like Minecraft, but it's more special. Like you can scale the blocks, and this is at 720p with the lowest settings at 720p. Well, not quite the lowest, but almost the lowest. You can go higher, much higher, with better hardware, and even the planets look way cooler. I saw a guy doing this at 1080p and it was like, ooh, that looks nice. Anyway, it's just a little bit hard on your system because remember, you're in a 3D space, and you know, some systems there are like up to 1,000 asteroids in there, and then you might have ships moving around, and then you know it's kind of wacky that way. And I actually ran it for 8 hours straight without it crashing or doing anything funny or anything like that. It's been remarkably stable lately, especially this build. This build actually, it tells me that the planets, when I have that, you can turn them off so they just look black, right? And I never used to be able to look at them. So something's been upgraded, you know. Okay, where am I in the universe here? Oh, geez, I got a ways to go, eh? Here. Go down here. Oh, teach me from wandering off in the middle of nowhere. Oh, and I'll show you. Here's my weapons. Right? These are the weapons on the front, and I put them all right there right now. But later on, I'm going to do other things that be a little more like a Federation ship, where you'll have like lasers that'll be like phasers, and some pulse, some plasma things that look more like pulse phasers. Okay, and then you got your crew, and you got to have a certain amount of crew. And let's see, systems. This is how you mod your ship, and it depends on how big your ship is, right? It's telling me that if I get that much processing power, that I can go and free up this slot, which you have to make volume. Okay, if I just put things inside here, it doesn't count. You have to actually get your ship bigger, take up more space. Anyway, these are all the different types of mods that you can put on things and whatnot. Cargo, you can pick up cargo and, you know, take it over, and you got scrap iron and that. You can have them refine it, and then you would get stuff over here. You got your energy setups here, so you can change this. Oh, I'm being attacked. Shit. These guys again. Oh, they're gonna try and flank me, eh? Yeah. That's a lot of them. Let's leave that system to them for now. Come back to that in a minute. But anyway, what else do you have here? Oh, then you got diplomacy, right? Like if you have different characters with their alliances, you got the different types of diplomacy here, right? You got missions that you can get and do. This is my inventory. Right? And on top of that, not only can I have this ship, but I can have 10 ships, okay? So you can have a fleet, okay? And each of these fleets can have up to 10 fighter bays in them, okay? Just so you know. You gotta see what it's like when you have 10 of those. What else we got here? I don't. And if you were playing online and someone wants you to join an alliance, they send you an invite there. And let's see here. You get the player trade menu there. You can actually hit the space bar, and that gives you your mouse, so you can do all this thing. If I wanted to go into my drone to build another ship, I could do that, and then move over a bit, and then, you know, bring up a second ship, as long as I have a captain for this ship when I go over to the other one, and then I can issue orders. Like if you needed mining, right, and you knew where there's 1,000 asteroids, you send it over to that area, and then you mine the living hell out of it. You have, instead of fighters like I have here, right, like these are attack fighters, right? This one is will defend you only. These ones can attack, and you can get mining and salvage. So let's say there's 5 ships I just attacked, and I beat them up, and I have 2 salvage wings. I send the one salvage wing over to that guy, one over to that guy, and then I go over to the other one. And then when they get done, they go to the next closest thing to salvage, and that's how you do that, right? But it's a game where, you know, I just enjoy doing it because I like flying around, and I like upgrading. And as you can see, each of those little green dots is something that has an energy source. Now I don't have the biggest scanner either, so where am I going here? We're getting there. Gotta get some pilots. I got lots of spaceships, just nobody to drive them. Come on, you. There we go. Hyperspace jump. And the other thing was, I got this game for 20 bucks, right? And it's been on sale a few times for 10 bucks. Like, I put 800 hours into this sucker where, you know, it runs on older hardware. You can have fun with it, and you don't, you know, it's a lot less complex to learn than say something like Elite Dangerous or, you know, that other game that we won't mention that isn't completed yet. It starts at that won't run on my PC or 90% of other human beings that are normal. It's like they should do a crowdfunding to like give everyone a brand new graphics card. That's what they should do. Then this guy can buy a $10,000 ship and get 10 people a graphics card that can play the game. That's how you do it. Today we're gonna give out 10 graphics cards if you buy this ship. Every one of you that buys this ship for $10,000, we'll go out and get a $100 graphics card for everyone so they can play our game. Yeah. Sure, man. Hey, where'd the, there we go, that's what we needed to see. Oh, you can do this. That freaked me out. It went away! I don't need to see wormholes. Oh, yeah, and then you gotta pay your crew too, eh? If you don't pay your crew, they get upset. They're saying, screw you, man, I'm leaving. Let's see, we'll go to here. Actually, yeah, I can actually go in there and get some pilots out of here. I just need crew, and then I train them as pilots. Oh, wait a minute, pilots you can't. Pilots are one of those ones too. Damn. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and even though you have shields, there is a type of torpedo that can go through shields. Which is why if you really know how to design a ship, you make a layer of armor around the outside, and then you put the ship on the inside, and then I've seen some tutorials on people that go right overboard on that. Whoa! Stop the leg. There we go. Here, we'll go over to this guy first and see if he's got any pilots for... actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just do this. See if he's got any... If I don't run into him, that is. Okay. Yep. He's got pilots. Yep. Yeah, man, everybody's just sitting around looking... Whoa, man, am I ever going fast all of a sudden when I do that? I gotta be careful. I'm getting trigger happy. Okay. Ooh. Oh, wrong way. Ooh. No, I was going the right way. This way. A little easier to dock when you go this way. I need 25 of them. Okay, so we got, let's see here, we'll get 30. We got 40. Let me guess. Okay. So I'll go over here and show you what fighters. Yeah, I'll just wait till I stop. And I'll go like this. I'll say defend. See them come out? The little vipers? They just buzz around. When you hit the shift key and you go over top of that whatever, see you can and if you wanted to attack have them attack a certain guy, what you do is you go and you highlight them, right, like with the crosshairs, and then you go like this and then attack, right, and if you wanted to harvest or mine, you do that, right, and that would be for salvage or mining right there. Collect lost fighters. I don't know what that does. That's new. And if you want them to return, you go like this, then they'll go in the fighter bay. See? Isn't that cool? There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Well, let's go over here. We haven't been over to this guy's area here. Let's keep exploring this way. Should do another loot run, and then that would probably upgrade me into something legendary. Jump route calculated. Actually, let's think about that. Where are we? So if I go here, I could just go the opposite way. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go get some more loot. So, you know, normally you'd have to mine, and then you go to a resource place, and then you sell that, and then you know, it's just sort of like a cross between a 4X game, a space simulator, and a shooter, and a, you know, it's kind of like what Elite Dangerous is, but it's a voxel-based game, right? Like when I go into, let me show you here, go into here, and do this. You see, everything's a square, right? Everything's a square, except when you see these plus signs, right? Because then you can get some triangles and corners and things like that. And they're talking about making something that's actually round or curved. I don't know how they're going to do that, but, you know, then you got the different materials that have different technologies based into them, right? And each of these materials has different properties. Like the one thing that people usually use as armor is trinium because it's light, right? Or ogonite. Ogonite's very heavy and is kind of resistant to lightning and stuff like that, right? But it's heavy, which means you'll drift. So you then need more inertial dampening and other stuffs, right? Anyway, punk. Continuing along. And when I started back into this game, there was about 250 people on Steam playing it, and now it's up around usually 1,100 people concurrently, which is a fair number considering, you know. And like I said, with the advances in hardware, with multi-core and the extra threads, games like this are now more viable to play longer. One of the problems that used to be is when you only had, say, up to 4 cores, which is 8 threads. After about 2 or 3 months, you got 25 people on a server. The server starts having some problems looking after all these, you know, hundreds of areas you guys have been to, right? So one of the things that he did in the code was he changed it that it will only update that once somebody goes back into that sector, which makes it less dynamic, because the old way they would attack, sectors would go to war with each other and then stuff would happen, right? You might have one sector suddenly just change color, you know? You might have one guy suddenly getting really big and then everyone has to gang up on him. And if you want to make your own turrets, you go over there. You might have to go to a trading place to get parts, right? It's enough to keep you busy, you know? It's a good time waster, I'll say that much. I would like to, you know what I would like to do? I would like to make a game like this that isn't voxel, right? It just does it the same way, except maybe, just maybe, instead of having it where you need to be able to enter an atmosphere, fly down, and all that, which would require stupid, crazy, stupid hardware, right? Just fly up to the planet, and then do a landing sequence while it loads. It procedurally generates it. It'd be kind of like, that would then be like, what, No Man's Sky? You know? Almost. So that's been done. You know what I mean? That's the thing. But at least this way, with this game, you actually could play together, because it's already, you know, that's already done, right? And the thing is, I would also make it smaller. Instead of, say, 1,000,000 star systems, I'd make it 100,000. And that would be a lot easier on people's systems to be, you know. And that would be like for a game you could play with your friends. You know, you could have maybe up to 50 people play, right? That would be your limit for that particular server. Then you just make multiple servers if you need more. And I'm sure if you know you knew what you're doing, you could modify it to make it so you can have more people if things can handle it. Over to there, over to there. Where'd it go? I gotta get it out of the way of this thing. Come on, you. Where is it? I got all these stupid arrows telling me to go different ways. That's why. There we go. This guy cuts right in front of you. Oh yeah, when this game first came out, I'd be going over to one of these stations, right? And I'd be sitting there, and then from in behind where you can't see, this ship would just come ramming right into you. Just smash you to pieces, right? Because it just touch you and you damage the shit right out of you. Ooh, shaky. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Down here? No, there it is. Alright, we're gonna get going some speed now. Maximum speed, 4,600 meters per second. There, I might go right by him. No? There we go. Acceleration is nuts on this. Sound effects by Kronos. Turrets, yes, more turrets. Turrets need much more turrets. Hyperspace thing, yes, yes. And we will go down to, let's see, I guess we can fly down into here. Alright. He's got a research lab there, right? There we are. Let me turn my heat off. Just wondering why I was feeling a little warm there. Okay, there we go. The size of that station, man. Holy shit. Yeah, you can even make your own stations. And you can get themed. There's just about every sci-fi ship you could ever imagine that's in this game. Yes, bolters. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, nice purple world. And if you sit here and watch it, it actually will rotate. If you want to do that, that's your thing, right? Yeah, I might, you know, after this stream, do a short video on this little, I don't know. It's for like a tower-based game that Unreal gave out. The guy did a bunch of these little sci-fi robots, and he's got a pack where you can buy the buildings and stuff, of course, right? He gives out the other stuff free. And this is what they're doing, is they're doing part of something for free, and now if you want this, which goes with it, you gotta pay me. Yeah. I'm calling it what it is, you know what I mean? That's like this one guy in Blender. He gets pissed off because what was it? Unreal bought Quixel, which gives out free textures, right, to people that use Unreal, right, for free. And meanwhile, he's got a website that sits around there selling them, and then he does tutorials all over YouTube, right? And not one of them is a texture making tutorial. Yeah, exactly. I feel like really learning everything about textures and then doing a tutorial for free. You know, open source, man. He's just bitching one day about open source, and he's got to beat his wife and kids. I says, buddy, you're doing something that is free in the engine to learn. If once you know it, it's like free. Why are you monetizing that at all? Okay. And I felt like wanting to go back to the guy and saying, listen, you're marketing yourself wrong, but you should be selling yourself as convenience. If you don't have time to make the material, if you don't have time, blah, 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 right? You know, instead of, you know, pay me now, you know? And I had this war, and it's the same kind of group of people in Blender, and it's a small group that's running around doing all these upgrades and new things, and the rest of us just sitting here going, huh? Right? I mean, I'm on disability. Technically, I can go get a pirated copy of Autodesk, and they can't sue me for it, and I can just play around with it. As long as I never make money, I can do everything I want. And all the tutorials are here on YouTube. I don't need to bullshit around with these assholes anymore, you know? But I don't do that, right? I just don't. It just doesn't feel right either, you know? Like, I wanna do something, you know, that I can do commercially, and then, you know, you're bent over right now, because every week it's another update to something in Blender. I mean, it just makes you wanna say, screw you, I'm not gonna bother using your software. Someone needs to make some kind of 3D software that doesn't get upgraded every stupid week. You know? Let's change the interface again. Yay! You know. And when they did a tutorial on rigging, which was what I really needed to know about, right? they put the rig that you could practice with behind a freaking paywall, and then tried to lie to me saying that next week it would be free, which it still isn't. Okay? I mean, they're just happy, you know? They're just running around with Epic's money going, yay, yay, you know? It's only going to last so long, you know? And they've already started losing some sponsors here and there. I can tell because he always does his little, this is how much we're getting this month, you know? And I'm like, and they were doing some kind of, the last live stream, he wanted to get some of the devs down there, and they basically told them to F off because they're busy doing things. That's better. You know, yeah, okay. Keep doing things. Whatever. Where are they going here? This way. What do you mean my ship's facing the wrong direction? Okay. Yeah. I spin it around enough, it gets confused. That was funny. Yeah, right. Anyway, I pretty much got enough knowledge that if I need to do rigging, I can do it. And the thing is, I do a lot of the retargeting inside the engine anyway, and if I'm already using free stuff that comes with, you know, I don't need Blender or anything else at the moment, so and I've got another piece of software, two other pieces of software that I can use that's legally free that'll allow me to convert object files into FBX files that I can then import into Unreal. All right, I mean, you know, this is what you got to be always mindful of, is that if a piece of software you're using takes the wrong direction, you know, you got to have an alternative ready or you're going to be buggered. Anyway. La 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 la. Better get a little more flattened out here. There we go. Yes. More stuff. Yes. Come on, turn. Get out of the way there. Over like that. Go this way. Come on. Right click. We're gonna go do this fast. There we go. Jump. I'm going to show you how to drive. and short jumps take the longest to load. I noticed this. Okay, where is it? Where is it? They're not over here. Where'd you go? That's right. There we are. Through the asteroid field, boss. I should do it. Look at that. Perfect. Bang. Bolters. Nice. Should do a weapon upgrade shortly. Like that. Do this. Over there. That. Turn. Poof. Yeah. See, the other thing is when you're building these in creative mode, you can, if you play multiplayer and you built a ship, you can actually import that into the game you're playing in too. And that's one of the reasons why to muck around in creative mode and build up a ship at different levels, right? Beginner, mid, high mid, end game. You know, like you can tier yourself for new ships, and you can plan for that, right? This is kind of the. This would be. This would be like a mid-range ship, or actually, it'd be an early mid-range, early mid, just because it's not that big. The other ship I had, okay, the biggest ship I had. Okay, let me just tell you dimensions of this ship. Okay, I had a ship that was 6 times the length, 5 times the width, and I think about 4 times the height. Alright, that's that Battlestar. The Battlestar is much bigger than this thing. Much bigger. Yeah, like I said, the Battlestar ship is that's an endgamer. I actually did go and attack the center in there with that guy. Right over here. Okay, short little hop. Close up. And I got after this upgrade round, I will head into the center until I can find some proper toys. Ask yourself why you're spinning around so I can do this. Oh, I could have stopped right there. Alright, do that. This one. Turrets. Quad bolter. There we go. Oh, and another neat thing he added was boarding. You can actually send little ships over to, kind of like little boarding ships over to like the stations and stuff. And actually, if you have enough troops, you can take them, which is why you'd want a Star Destroyer, which has like 8,000 troops. I loaded up a ship that it took 5 minutes to load up in the game, just single player, and it had 250,000 troops in it, like up, and you could have up to 750,000. It was that big. I'm not even gonna tell you how much fun it was to get troops or crew for that shit. And the little tip that hunting blocks gave to get crew only works if you have a ship that's 300, that requires 300 or more crew. Otherwise, you're going to have to manually get your crew. And at the moment, there's no fix for that other than, let me see here, I'm going to get sideways on this sucker, like that. There we go. You know, I could just do one of these and just lift myself up. 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then shove forward. There we go. Oh, gonna get attacked. Okay. Wait a second here. Let me get all the goods. Let me keep all your goods safe. That's right. Give me. Darn so. I see you. Where do you go? It's not letting me do that very well. Okay. He's got him. Geez, he's doing well. He don't need my help. Missed him. Whoa. Sneaky bugger. Be careful. Whoa. He's gone. He's gone. Kills. Creature's dead. Okay, that's where the research lab is. So then I can come here. This one. This just and in this mode it allows you to experiment a little bit more without having the worries of having to do the mining, which can be a bit of a grind if you're, you know, if you're bothered by, you know, grinding for materials and stuff. Don't get this game. Seriously. Because to get to the center, if you play the game the way it's supposed to, it should take you about 1.5 to 2 months. Maybe a month if you really know what you're doing, right? Of course. And you're lucky, because let's say you get jumped by some pirates and blown up. Well, you know, if you don't have one of these reconstruction tokens when you're in insane mode, right? You're screwed, and things are tough. Every little thing you bump into is gonna kill you as well. You know, like that's insane mode is insane mode. Let's get the right way here. That's right. When you get used to these shapes of things, you'll kind of have an idea of how to come up on them and dock, right? You see how I kind of either go to the side left of something or to the underneath, or you know, you never go above on something because you can't see, right? No, I can't. Oh, I got it. Good. Oh yeah, I'm an ally. That's why I can get that. Nice. That was a nice one. I'm definitely going to have to do some serious weapon upgrading. I didn't do that the last run around. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah. I play this game forever, man. The hell with reality. I don't care anymore. I'm just staying in my video game. I'm going to live stream for 5 years in a row. What's the record? 120 hours? COD? Alright, well, I'm going for the record. I'll go 121. What do you mean I can't? You got to see my face to prove that I'm actually here. Aw. Could be a wireless setup, and I can have 16 different people showing up here. Right, eh? That's no fun. Alright. Yeah, and you know what? I was 6 hours off of the record for Diablo 3, which a girl did 40 hours, and I broke up my playthrough in pieces, and you can hear near the end of it how I'm starting to, you know, sound tired and everything, eh? But, I mean, had I have known 6 more hours, or even known about that, I would have put my face to it, and, you know, there you go. First time on the internet, my face. Ooh. Oh, no. No. Not gonna happen. Sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Maybe if I get monetized, maybe I'll do that. That might be about the only time I do that. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do that. Oh, watch how long this takes to load. zip around. And then what you do is you aim at it, hit your gas, and you'll straighten out. See? Loading, loading, loading. Long hops don't take as long. That's trippy. That is really trippy. Yes. Are you going to work, game? Did you blow up? Did I drive right out of the universe? Oh, it's gonna work. Let's see. And listen to me. Yes, this thing is. Oh, look at all the turrets. Yes. I can feel the upgrades. Yes. Upgrades. I think we'll have a smoke at the end of this. There we go. Yeah, when you tell them to escort you, right? They'll follow you around your ships, right? There's like a sand there, and or you can actually have a ship sit right at the front of, say, a gate and just stay there, and that way all the time enemies come through, it'll attack them. You know, that could even be players, you know. So you don't want to be using a gate system all the time. Games can get pretty tactical when it comes to multiplayers, especially if you were to split up into 2 or 3 different groups, right? I mean, you could technically have... I've seen up to 55 players in one server running around, right? And that was for about 2 months. And then he had to reset the server because the machine was just running like crap. And that was, what, 4 or 5 years ago? So think about how much more cores and threads servers have now, right? Like an AMD server is the bomb, okay? That's 64 core, like, crazy server, right? I gotta do one of these again. There we go. Let's tap that side. The other thing I do with this game is pretty up all these menus and make them look snazzier. I mean, just because your game's voxel doesn't mean you need to have all this look like shit too. I mean, it doesn't take much, man. Just little ideas, you know. But in a way, by not doing this, the least computer can still run the game. I can see that too. So that's kind of a design idea that, yeah, I get it. One hop and then we're into the system that has the research station, and then I'm going to take a little 2-minute break here, go to the bathroom and such. That's quite a bit of running around. Jump. That's a really nice run. Like the other games I was playing, I was lucky to find 3 or 4 in a loop. It's sitting there for hours going around and around, then I'd have to stop for a few minutes and let it... I guess it's on a timer for some of these things, you know. You could go into the code and fix that, but I'm not bothering to do that. Where is the damn thing? Where are you? Where are you? Where'd you go? There you are. You aim off to the side, like this. think of the distance and you get just a little bit above in speed, and then you let it kind of come back down to where your maximum is, and then you can kind of glide in on it. It's just little tips to help people, because I know one guy was saying, and then what you want to do is you never come sideways at it, you always come underneath like this, right? Because then you can get up on it, right? See how that one's kind of like there? I don't like that. I'd rather get this other one over here because it's easier. See? There we go. And you never have to worry about docking. The only other time now I'll have an accident is when some other ship comes up behind me and hits me, but now they got these little lasers that'll kind of warn you if you can see them. You be careful when you go out of there like that. I should have turned. Okay. Go over here. This is basically what a streamer would do before he actually streams. He would go through all this to set up the ship and the weapons and all this. So I'm just showing you a little bit extra, right? You know, I've actually done a lot more. But this is when you see other people streaming things, they cut out all this extra stuff, right? Because what they want is to show you the best parts of a video. They don't want to show you the whole game, right? That's part of the why I do some things and some people don't, right? And show stuff. I mean, the first video I did, I sat there doing the mining, right? And just to show, you know, what that's about, right? I mean, if you don't have to do it, why bother, right? If you're in multiplayer, you have to do it. It's fair for everyone to do that. But there is some servers that are creative. You can go in and you can get your own ship and carry on, you know. They just want to, you know, have everybody in there building and seeing what you can do, you know. Exchange of ideas. Like that, because I'm not sure where it is, where those lights are. Okay, right there. And there we go. Always make sure you come to a full stop, because if you don't, you might lurch forward, and then there's issues. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Do the weapons. Duh. I'll be fine. There we are. And yeah, it would be probably quicker if I ran around the galaxy and got all the parts and just built my own weapons, but at least this way I'm doing things. Okay, where is that thing? It's over here somewhere. It usually is. Uh-oh. Where did the... Oh, there it is. You moved. Oh, yeah, I turned sideways. That's right. My bad. I moved. And then I need to go this way. See those lights there? Those will give you targets on where the docking bays will be. That's why I'm going to come in at an angle here, underneath one. I got a concrete floor, or ceiling, right, with the neighbor above me, and I can hear somebody dropping marbles, it sounds like. Now I'm told that this is a cat. But it's the exact same sound. It gets to the point at certain times of the night, if that goes on, you want to go upstairs with a baseball bat and tap on the door and say, "Stop." just stop doing whatever that is. I will go insane and get put into a mental institution for murder for a couple of years and get out and be okay. You, however, will be far under the ground. Please don't do that. Crazy people. Crazy people. Driving me nuts. Anyway, not a big issue. Apparently the cat knocks things off a table and then, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, here we go. More upgrades, more upgrades. Okay. Oh yeah. Nice. Look at this, 88 of them. I'll put one of these in there. also you wouldn't be getting this much stuff this early either, which is why you end up doing missions and running around and doing the grind and paying your ship and, you know, helping other people with tougher ships, you know, do things, and then you get some of the loot too, right? It's kind of one of those trips. Let's see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, nice. Okay, what else do I want to do here? Looks good. bottom. Come on, scroll down. Okay. Crappy. Crappy, I tell ya. Just crappy. To get some better stuff. Gotta go further into the galaxy and take more risks. Need more stuff. Let's see. Got 4 of those. What's this? Touch those. 2, 3, 4. Well, try it. Okay, got it. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Yeah, got it. Good. Surprised. Okay. There's 5. Now, bolters. Crappy again. Let's see. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and that. Bunch of bolters. And do that. Okay. Gee, that's not very good either. Give me all this crappy stuff. See, not much to upgrade in here. Jeez. The grind is real. Anything I can bring up? Not really. I got 1. That's funny. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Nothing. I have to do that run a few times. Let's see what my best weapon is, though, now. Here. Ooh, we got a different one here. So this is better. Oh, wait a minute. Bolter. How can that be better? See, I don't understand this sometimes. See, this, where was that one? It was like a double bolter. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on the ship, that's why. Okay. So this is the next range. 592 range 3. See, that's the thing, eh? with these things. They're crappy range. So let's see if we can go to another area here. Enough of this shit. Take a minute and say hi to the chat. Hey Willie, how you doing, big guy? Is that silent in there? Silent! Oh! This is called Avorion, bud. It's a PC game on Steam. It has 1 million star systems. You don't need, you know, like a server. You can run it off your own PC if you trust your friends with your IP address, that is. And then you could run a little game and, you know, zip around, and you got all these workshops, spaceships and stuff like that. Like, I'm telling you, every spaceship you've ever seen in the movies has been done, and some wacky jobs that you've never seen, you know. How you doing, Willie? And everybody, give Willie some congrats. He's getting married soon. It's not very often we get this, you know, have one of us gamers getting married very often, right? You know, we're always playing our video games too much. I hope she likes video games, Willie. You know, gotta marry a gamer yourself, you see. That's the way to do it. You can be different in a lot of other ways, but have that one core thing where they both like video games, and I think that would be the way it works. And this is called Avorion. It's a game on Steam that's actually been out since 2013. He kick-started, I guess, up the development about 3 years ago, and it's now in beta, and it should be coming out for full release in the summer. And it just does a ton of stuff, Book Bob. This game is so underrated, and this particular version that I'm running now seems to have, like, I left it on for 8-9 hours last night playing around with it, okay, and no problem, right? My internet provider doesn't like me, even though I have unlimited internet, but you know, so yeah, it's really cool that way. And it's like having a Star Citizen game, Minecraft, because you can build your ships, scale them so that you can make some cool stuff, and then you got trading like Civ, and it kind of has that feeling. Like, one of the other things I forgot to show you guys, let me show you this shit. I think if I how do I do that? This is the strategy mode. Is it this thing? No, wait a minute, hold on. How do I do that? Strategy mode. How do I do that? Hold on here. Where is that? No. I don't need that. Go away. Oh, go away. Alright, now. Where's the encyclopedia thing? I think it was in this thing? Yeah. Combat. Where's the strategy mode? Fleet management, orders, production chains, commanding a fleet. No. See, like, you got all this stuff here. Crafting. You can make your own weapons too. Like, you can get all the parts. You got to go to different stations. You can build torpedoes, fighters. Oh, and have I showed you guys the fighters? Okay. So, I was tripping around in a Battlestar Galactica, and one of the things was missing in the game was these fighters. Okay. Right here. They're Vipers, right? So, what you do is you press the shift key. You go over to this thing, your mouse will appear, right? You click on this and you go defend. Now watch them come out. See, they come out of the hangar bay? Isn't that cool? Now watch them go back in. Go like this. Get in there. I don't want you getting hurt. These things took like 30 minutes a piece to make. And I got a factory inside this thing that will actually build them. It's cool, and I can have up to like I don't know. I'll have to look at the thing to see how many fighters I can have, right? And right now I have the second worst weapon in the game, which is called a bolter, right? It's actually not a bad weapon even end game, but you don't want to have like lots of them. Oh, they took care of it. Good, 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 good. And in the non-creative mode I'm in, you if you go into the build phase here, you see how over here there's iron, the different types of materials, and this is the worst kind and this is the best kind, and you have to mine those asteroids. So then you go over here and you'll see where is it here? Let's see. It doesn't have it there. Let's see. Get that out of there. Rarity. There we go. Where's a mining laser? So this is a salvage laser. Salvage lasers you put on your ship. You attack another space station or a ship. It's like mining the ship. You take its materials and you take maybe a mod or two that comes off it, right? The R mining takes ore but doesn't refine it. Okay, so you take it to a station and they might have a better efficiency rating. Like if you look at this mining turret, for instance, it has an efficiency rating saying that for titanium, it will get 15.6% of all the minerals in there. So if you got 1,000, it shows you, you're going to get 156 out of it, right? And that's how you can figure on upgrading. And what you do when you're at the research station, if you want better mining turrets, you put 4 titanium mining turrets in together. You want to keep the same type of material if you can, or at least mining turrets at minimum. And then you'll go and upgrade, right? Like this turret is probably better than this one if it has the same efficiency rating, okay? And then there's power requirements for these things, and this one does a certain extra damage to stone, and it can be independently targeted. So you know how you'd have to sit there and use a left mouse button to do all this? Nope, not no more. I can set this up independently, go up to an asteroid, and it will automatically mine it for me, and I won't have to do a damn thing. Better yet, right? I can command another starship to go into that system and mine it, and it will go off and do it, and then return with all the goods, right? You can have up to 10 ships, right? Each person, right? So I could have 10 of these. I could have battleships. I could have whatever you can afford to make, right? Like I should do that one day up, but I'm just kind of nervous about how much my PC is gonna handle. Like I got an 8-year-old graphics card that I've been just killing with this Unreal Engine stuff, right? One of these days I'm just gonna see smoke over there, and it's gonna be like, well, guys, I was offline for a couple weeks because I blew up my computer again. The last time I literally had a computer catch on fire was in 2012. The one before this, in fact. It was an AMD system that I was running a server on, and it was getting about 300,000 unique visitors a month to it, and running at about 80% capacity CPU wise all the time on average. In other words, don't do that. And it was running Mandrake Linux, and it just kept going for 8 months like that. And then one day I was sitting on the couch, I looked over, and I don't know why I looked over, but all of a sudden, fire right out the back of the power supply. Like literally, and a puff of smoke. And I went, oh. I go over and unplug things, and I went, yeah, this is dead. It's totally dead. It's dead, Jim. Yipper. That'll do her. Anyway, Mandrake Linux was a good one, man. It had a Windows-like interface. You could install it and everything ran. You had applications that you could get that would replace Windows, and then I don't know, the company that did it just went out of business. Sad. I don't know. They didn't have their shit together, I guess. Marketing again. Yeah. So let's see. What What do I wanted to do? I wanted to go. We wanted to go and get better weaponry. Yes. Get out of the way there, will you? All right. See, a lot of people will go, "Well, isn't this game cool?" You know, like, and they go, "Where is it?" Right? It's at Steam. Type Avorion, and you'll get to it. And it's, you know, even if no one else plays it, I don't care. I just love this game. It's the freedom to move around, to do what you want. You know, you're not being slapped with microtransactions, and you're not being bothered every 5 minutes for, you know, doing this or that. You know, you can do what you want. You really can. I like games like this where you can have freedom to do whatever the heck you want. All right, come on up here. Get up here. Let's see here. Where will we go? Let's go this way this time. We'll go where Pac-Man's lips are. See? Pac-Man's lips. See? Pac-Man. Pac-Man is God in this game. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. I need to put my voice now into the content ID system and then claim myself the next time I laugh. That's a good scam, by the way, guys. It's a good way to get yourself some money, apparently, yourself. You make some crappy music, and then you chunk it up into 10 pieces, and then you put the whole song on one of your own videos, right? And as long as you have the other bits in the content ID system, you file 10 separate claims on each of the pieces, and then you would be able to get the advertising money for that. But you got to be monetized first before you try that trick. Yeah. How to win at YouTube. It's like, what does that spiffing Brit think there? YouTube has absolutely no exploits and is a perfectly run streaming service. Yep. Anything around here? Alright, we'll go over here and see what's over here. I'm gonna find a civilization that I can get some better weaponry here. Have to make nice with the natives. Whoa. Oh, really? I didn't know you could do that. I just found another keyboard shortcut here. If you double click the space bar, it's the same thing as hitting the escape key. That sounds almost dangerous. I have to go into my keys and key binding and change that. Make it something else. Like nothing. One key should rule them all. Uh-huh. Ah. Who are these lovely people? What's your name? I love how they come up with these names. Can anyone pronounce that? Station Omoemua. I can't even do that. It hurts my brain. Maybe the man that made this is Hawaiian or something. I don't know. You never know, eh? Could be some kind of ethnicity weirdness, or he just puts word salad in there because he's lazy to make up real names. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Ready? There's nothing in here. Where am I going, by the way? There's no gate. Oh, wait. Gates. There's no gates. That's weird. Just a system out in the middle of nowhere. Minding their own business. Okay. See those ships mining stuff too, eh? You know what I used to do? I used to go into the system. I'd see a AI mining system. I'd run up to it and I'd mine the rock it was trying to mine. It's just take it on. Like, no, robot, you can't have it. Mine. What's this shit? This is weird. Just one freighter in the middle of nowhere. Oh, there's his buddy. There's a guard. Yeah, and you can go over and you can shoot things, and then you become at war with them. This is a really weird thing. There's like, wait a minute. There we go. That's back on. Good. We need that. Something strange about this. Okay. They're neutral to me. At least they're not attacking me. Yeah, it's good to see you back too, Silent. I was just about to delete Silence Island. Remember that? I made a giant banana on a little racetrack and was running around. Yeah, too much fun, man. YouTube really tries to mess with people that have too much fun, eh? Apparently that could be too kid-friendly or something, right? Maybe I should have the banana yell at you or scream or, you know, have monstrous eyes or something. I don't know. Come on. What's going on here? I'll do that again then. Come on here. There we go. It's good to see Silent coming back. He's a good, fun lad to watch. He's helped a lot of people too. Helped a lot of people. Yeah. He's like the second in command of the union around here. We're not sure who the union chief is, eh? There's no union boss on YouTube. It's just everybody's in second command. Yeah, that's it. That's how we work it. Oh, look at this. Now, if you had that salvaging laser and you go and you pay a license to this guy, you can go through the shipyard and look at all those ships you can mine out, eh? And you'll get certain material. Now, if you don't pay, these battleships out here, or cruisers, will come and whack you in the brains. They're not very nice sometimes. Hey, there we go. Now we got a gate system. Good. There we go. Now we can go, we got to find a resource center and sell some more. Yes, yes, yes. What do you mean? I haven't been mining though, right? Well, I have unlimited ore and unlimited cash in a secret place in my brain and called creative mode. And one of the little exploits in this game in creative mode, which doesn't really exist but exists, is that you will then be able to go up to a resource station and sell them a crap ton of something, and they love you for it. So you get better diplomacy. And if you go up in diplomacy, you can get at those equipment docks better gear, and eventually ally yourself with these people if you defend them a few times against pirates and things. And then later on, you know, you can just go totally Darth Vader on everybody and kill them all once you have all the bestest weapons and stuffs. I did that the other day. I went into this one system. It's like the third or fourth system, and these people attacked me, and I ran away because I didn't have the weapons at the time. Went off to the other side of the map, did a whole bunch of, like about a week's worth of stuff, then came back and just wiped them right off the map. Killed every station, everything. Went completely Anakin on them. Yeah. Well, let's finish this little half smoke, and then we'll continue on. Yeah, man. And I'll say this. Any PC that you could buy in the last 4 or 5 years could play this game at much better, higher settings than me. I ended up getting a crappy motherboard and CPU, which kind of hinders me. And even the graphics card, I should have went up to a Quadro, and then I would have had 4 gigabytes of video memory, and I would have been just still sailing right along. Wouldn't have needed an upgrade. You can't even buy those cards really anymore. I think a friend of mine was saying he had one, so I'll have to go and talk to him and see what he can do. I mean, if I can get something on the cheap, then fine, you know. As long as it's legit, you know, that's the way I am. Everything here is legit. Even my Microsoft Windows is, well, even though not supported, it's still legit. So how does that work? If it's not supported anymore, do they even give a shit if I go and pirate a better copy, like go from professional to ultimate, so I can like get better stuff with it? I wonder, eh? I mean, I even heard one Microsoft dev saying something to the effect they don't even care if we have Windows 10 anymore, because they're not making money from that. They're making money from the data they collect on it. So, that's so not the right thing that you want your devs to be saying, you know? It's just bad. That doesn't set a good example right there. That's just like, wow, really? I'm gonna have to, like, I want to get this next PC in parts and then put a Linux on it and see what I can do with Linux nowadays, where I can use Blender, where I can use Unreal, how much of Unreal I can actually use, right? That kind of thing, because there's a lot of Unreal stuff that's Windows and Mac only, and then, you know, they need to understand that you know, a lot of us, you know, what happens if, you know, like they give us a source to mess around with the engine a bit too, right? So what if I do something that's really unique and cool, and then I want to go sell it, and then some Microsoft employee sees it and then goes and steals it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't tell me that stuff doesn't happen either, because I know it does, right? And that's nation state kind of blah. There it is. Jeez, this one's hard to dock at. I'm doing this with one finger, by the way. I've got a cigarette in my hand, and I don't want to fall down. There we go. Let's finish this smoke and get back to the video game. Ouch. Yeah. Chop chop. No, I didn't. I didn't, did I? Yeah, I put it out when I did that. Jeez. I'm not having a good time with this cigarette. It's telling me something, maybe, eh? This is what I mean when you come in here and you go to buy something. See how it's grayed out at the top? If you get better diplomacy with them, you can buy better stuff. Further into the galaxy, the little better stuff you get. See, now I'm getting laser turrets. That's what I want. I want that laser turret, because that fits to a Federation vessel, right? So what do I gotta do here? He's good, eh? Okay, now, we're not gonna move forward, we're gonna move to the side, so we don't run into it. Ha! I know how to drive. I should turn collision on and just start ramming into everything, just like a stupid idiot. And I'll show you how to do this little exploit in creative mode. Right? This is called a resource depot. Now I don't have any resources. I don't need them, right? But you see, in order to build, you have to always have resources unlimited to you, because basically you have unlimited credits and therefore resources, right? First we'll go over to the this station here. Yeah, let's not run right into it, shall we? I'll show you what you do. This is just to help you. Little tips that... Okay, I do this. And if you go back, I think 2 videos or so, Hunter Blocks gives a good tip on how to get crews. Now the thing is, with what he was telling me how to get crews, right? Like you just basically aim at a station, and then you talk to them, and then you hire crew, and underneath will be a little thing send, send reinforcements or something or other. The thing is, you got to have a big enough ship that it has a crew of 300 or more. If it's less than that, you're kind of screwed. You got to then go to each station, but what you can do to lessen your time to run around is aim at each station and find out at each station what's there, so you can go over to that one or not, right? It saves you a bit of time. That was one thing I was kind of screwing around with it. Just trying to help people do things a little better, so when they are in this creative mode, they can just create, right? And that's where you would hire crew. But anyway, so what we want to do is go to trade resources. Now you don't want to buy nothing because I don't need it. You go to sell, you go to Oganite, just throw 300,000 in there. Watch what happens. Just went up by 11,000, right? Do it a second time just to make sure, right? And that's the most you can get off that. And there is a limit to this, okay? Right? Now I'm at good, right, with these people, right? Now I could go back, I think now, to that dock. Where is it here? Down over here. You notice how they're not purple, they're a blue color now, right? That means they have changed their diplomacy for the better. Zip over here. Go, go, go. And if you want to get an achievement for speed, put about, I don't know, 4 more engines like this on here somewhere. And then you get one of these. I'll show you. Where is it? One of these things. It says, whee! You put about 4 of these on here, and you should be able to go about 12,000 meters per second. Trust me, man. You do not want to be going through an asteroid field at that speed. It's just crazy. I wanted to see how fast I could go one time just doing that. Took all the turrets and everything off, just went for it. Got a Steam achievement for that, apparently. No one even knew it existed back then. It was funny. And no one would ever go that fast, because how do you turn, right? Turning is such a, you'd be turning at such a wide angle, it'd be silly, right? So now I go to trade equipment, and go back over here. What's it say? I need excellent or exceptional. So I gotta push up even higher. It said good or more. They changed their mind, being pricks. That's okay. But anyway, that's what you do for that. And you just keep increasing it. And as you can see over here, I've got allies with this guy and this guy. Or no, this guy and this guy. And these two I've got to that good section there. These ones too. These Zoten are just meanies. You know, I'm at war with all these guys. Damn pirates, eh? Kill them all. Kill them all. Someone even made a pirate ship in this game. It's just unplayable because your entire front of your screen is a mast, so you can't see nothing you're doing, but you can shoot sideways at everything. And it's so well done that like one of the problems you'll get here on a potato PC, and let me show you this. Okay. See here where it has the block count? Anything past 30,000, you start to have some issues a little bit. I made a ship and I played the last time or the second last time. It was so big that it was just, and then I had to merge the blocks. Okay, so while you have a square block, right? If you had five of them in a row, you can merge them, and then that becomes one block. Okay, and I still had 33,000 blocks in this thing, and it's about, if you were to put it on scale, it would be about twice as big as a Super Star Destroyer. You know, the one Darth Vader tripped around on? It's twice as big, at least. Like in volume wise though, it's about 4 times as high, about 50% wider, and maybe a little bit longer at each end. You know, so volume wise it's way bigger. And that's why it used to be good, because the game used to allow you to have up to 18 slots, and he nerfed the entire game down to 15 slots, which now there's no need to build these big ships anymore. You can a little bit more bigger than this one, and you got the whole 15. What am I at now, right? Like 2, 4, 6, 8. So I can get 7 more slots, right? Won't take much. Like an Enterprise class ship is about 10, 11, right? And then you can get bigger than that. Yeah, the Sovereign class is bigger, right? Galaxy class is bigger. Anyway, continuing. Oh, and what I will do is put a little note saying EQ. Go up here. We'll just buzz around these guys until we're all friendly with them and get, so I can get these stupid lasers. I want lasers. Lasers. Not gonna stop until I get lasers. That's it. 6 years later, he's still sitting there going, lasers. Short trips, load long. Long trips, load short. Makes total sense. And I wish I could get that yellow thing at the top there. It's a little star to go away. We have any resource places in here? No, we don't. Next. We're just going right there. Yes. Galaxy is a big place. Just imagine, our own Milky Way may have up to 400 billion star systems. Okay? This game only has 1 million. Batman. Beep. I want to replace that with a horn going meep meep. You know, I'd probably get a copyright strike for that for sure. And the number of times you use it. You got to be careful of that. Oh, and another aspect of the game is I could actually have a multiplayer game with one ship where different people do different things in here. One person could do the weapons, one could do the fighters, one could do engineering, one could do... So you could have, you know, a little stream with a story and just, you know, and screw around and, you know, have fun with it that way. And yes, you can mod things in the game and stuff, but some of the things like the galaxy size is hard-coded and stuff. Anything in here I care about? Oh, there's a research lab. Let's go over and say hi. No, I don't need to. I just did that. Just add a note. RE. Okay, and because that way looks like it's going into them, we'll go to this short little... Oh, I could do that, couldn't I? Or maybe it's that one. Well, we'll go that way. Yeah, I'm kind of avoiding combat for at least a little bit yet, unless they invade a system I'm in. I got more than enough weapons, trust me. It's just I don't have long range, and it's really hard to target with these suckers. Lasers are a little further ranged, a little bit. They don't do as much damage, but let me see here. Nothing in here either. Jeez, unlucky. This is what happened with these guys. I got unlucky. I was like all around up here, and I found like one equipment dock, and then I went, or no, these guys. I was all around up here. I found like what, two equipment docks. Then I went down here, and there's like one, then two, then three. I was thinking, geez, man, this whole area is equipment docks. Yay. But it is. It's a neat game because, and just to give you an idea, we'll go through a little bit of the building set up here, like the different parts of ships and stuff. For yeah, I'll go down to the Avorion stuff here. Okay, so you got engines, right? And you can scale that up or down, right? And that's part of what these tools allow you to do. There's your hangar bays. That's for cargo bays. And the tip on that is don't just put like a small row. Make like a big box, because it's almost like Doctor Who's little thing. It's bigger on the inside. You're going to need crew quarters. This is where they live, right? You put little things like that. Thrusters help you to go. What was it again? What does it say there? Rotational effects improve when built part. So you put these at the ends of your ship, right? So what you do is you put some at the backs and also at the top of these nacelles, right? And the bottoms, right? And you might inside here put a bunch of them too. And the tip is you leave a little space and then you put stuff around the front like an armor. And for some reason that works. Directional thrusters, I don't even use them, but some people use them for different things. The gyros, though, that helps. You see when I turn, sometimes the ship kind of flips. You can actually use these to help you so that you don't do that as much, which is good. Trust me, you want to keep yourself as level as possible. Inertial dampeners are like brakes, okay? You'll see I put a whole whack load of them underneath here to make this deceleration what it is. And I don't know, I never use that. I never use that. I haven't used any of this turret stuff. This is how you build fighters, okay? These are like little plants, right? And it would also help you build anything else like the turrets and torpedoes and stuff like that. And that's another thing. You got torpedoes in this game. And they're deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly. One of the things that I should do at the front here is take a bunch of these off and start putting some, what do you call it, anti-torpedo weapons around. Then you have your torpedo storage. Turret base, so you make this thing and then you build a turret on top of it, and you know how you have the picture for this, you can actually build this and then it actually works. It's trippy. Shield generators, okay. Energy containers are like batteries, okay, and here's like your nuclear reactor, that's the generator. An integrity field generator puts like an energy shield around a section of your ship. You put enough of them, it'll encase the whole ship. And what it does is that whole area that it encases, all the HP has to go first before the blocks get wrecked. So it's like an extra shield, you know. That way if you bump into something, you'll get damaged, but the blocks won't go flying off into pieces, right? The hyperspace cores make you go further, right? But time goes up for these things, and that's why you need the mods that take the cooling time down. Transporter, that's a new thing. That's for making it so you don't have to go as close to the stations. Like if I put a couple of these on here, then I don't have to go so close to the station to dock with it, right? You can teach your guys to train them so that you get certain guys that you want. I don't know how to work that. It doesn't seem to work when I've tried it so far. Cloning so that you can clone various members of your crew so you don't have to hire them. It's trippy. Never use these. They're useless. I don't know what you'd use that for either, but anyway. I don't know. It's just shiny, I guess. Small collision damage. Then you got these things here to make different stuff, right? Glowy bits, dark color, reflector, which would be for electricity and lasers, holograms. You know, you can. One guy made like a ship with a cockpit, and he put like a little dude inside it. It was really neat. It'd be like the size of a mountain, but anyway. This just looks really trippy to have, right? Imagine a ship coming at you looking like that or something. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of a rundown, right, of the various different things that you have in there for building types. You know, I mean, it takes a while to learn this, but once you get a good grip on it, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Not bad. Like for 20 bucks, you know, I was like, okay, I'll try it out. And 700 hours later, I was like, geez, man, this game's all right. And then he did an update, and it stopped working for me for a while. I went and played other stuff for about 6 months. Came back, and he's done all kinds of updates. And they added a language pack for, I forget what languages, but anyway. And there's more people playing, of course. There's like 5 times as many people playing as at the beginning of last month. Let's put it that way. Okay, we got a research lab in here. Do we have an equipment dock? Yes. So let me add that to the note. EQ. Now, is there a resource thing in there? Yes. Go to the resource depot first. Where are you? Over here. Where to go? There. Sure. Outside the asteroids. I want to go this way. And they're redoing apparently all of these sort of faction ships and stations so that you'll be able to recognize them, because as far as I know they all look like sticks to me. Under ogre. Then we do the Oganite thing. Behind the big rocks. Look at the size of this one. Woohoo! Wow. Good thing I don't have to walk all the way to the center to get my stuff. Under. And then up. Still won't be able to get all the stuff because I'm not allied to him yet. Oh, got some of these things. And cannons. Ooh, we got our first cannon. Alrighty. You seen how cannons work yet? Something just come into the star system to attack them. Oh yeah, here we go. Gotta defend our guys. We help them out. We get little bits. Now I gotta be careful going into asteroid fields, of course. Come on, give me a beat on them. Come on. Too far away. I get around that rock. Oh. Alright, you. Victim number 1. Gotta get within 7 or 8 here. That's the problem with this weaponry. Come on. Alright, you're the victim. See that little green thing come off him? That's a mod. Yeah. Now, a force turret is like a tractor beam. Some of them will push and some pull. I'll take this green thing over here too. You want to make sure you don't hurt your own guys either, because if you hit them, oh, I hit something there. Quick. Got it. Alright. Any of them left? 1. Okay, stop moving. Let's look downward here. Done. There we go. See, now we get more improvement there. Oh, look what they gave me. A hyperspace thing. What am I up to now? What are these guys called again? I got that far to go before I'm excellent. Alright, okay. This is what we do. Now, did I get the... Oh yeah. Weapons now. So that's still the best weapon, eh? I thought it gave me a cannon somewhere. Okay. No. Where are you? That it? No. Oh, that's a double laser turret, though. Independent targeting. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Watch this. Okay. Then you can go over here. You do this. See this? You go number 2. And then when you pop out of here, okay, come on, save the ship. You'll see at the bottom here, there's a little mouse thing. You click on, you hit the shift key, and then you get your mouse thing to go around wherever. And you click over this, and you go to auto fire. And what'll happen is any enemy that comes within range of that now will get targeted. It's kind of like you're telling Sulu to lock phasers. Okay. In fact, let's go do that with all of our weapons now that I got that. Hold on here. Let's do that. Just because it's better ranged, isn't it? What's the range? 6? Yeah, well, I lose a bit of range there, eh? So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, and when you're in creative mode, here's another cheat. I could just make all kinds of these. Once you get one, you got them all. Okay. Now, go back over here. We just go number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2. number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2. Now the danger is you want to have this off. Okay, and I'll show you when I come back out of here. Alright. Alright. You press the number and it goes dark. You'll see in a second that the one on the left that says 1 is highlighted. And I'll show you when it gets out of the way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, game. I don't want to see your ship's plan was autosave. Get that out of the way so I can show people. Oh my lord. This game. Sometimes. There we go. So, you see the number 1 and 2 there? That's right here. Okay? This one's highlighted. This one's not. If I hit the number 2, those weapons are now active and they're in auto fire mode, which means any enemy I run into, they'll start targeting them, which will look cool. You'll see what I mean when it happens. So turn that, and the reason you have it off is if you're near a station and the enemy flies by the station, it'll try to hit the enemy, but it might hit the station. It's too stupid to figure that shit out yet. You know, we're in the 30 millionth century here, and yeah. Did I say that out loud? So let's see, we have another. Oh yeah, I put it there. Okay. Triple K. Okay, now I'm going to pop back to the chat here. Yeah. Oh, show. What's this? Evil Ash is a gamer. She uses a YouTube channel too. Yeah, I think I've got. I think I've got that person, Willie. Anyway. Okay, just came here from your commentary video on the band copywriter. Oh, like, see, the video about that guy was that he had created something or had paid for somebody to use something, and then he got copy stricken by several other people. There was a whole story about that guy, and it was just, you know, so he came up with this idea to put like create some stuff and then put it into the content ID system and then claim it himself once he put it up there. And then a guy in the comments of that video said, well, what you do is you make a song and you cut it up into 10 pieces, and then you put each piece into the content ID system, and then you put together the whole song onto one of your own videos, and then you claim the whole thing, and then you get 10 claims. Now the thing is, you got to do that through a company when you're monetized, okay, so that you can do this. So you have to shop around for somebody who would then do that for you. Yeah, that was just kind of a silliness, you know, how YouTube's system is just absurd, and how copyright in general is now just all absurd. It was just sort of, yeah. Anyway, this is what I do. I muck around with games and videos, and I play with the Unreal Engine as a hobbyist, and just I was doing some things where I've got a little, Unreal Engine people gave us a first-person shooter sample that's got multiplayer baked in. It's got everything completed that you need, a couple of base maps. So what I was doing was starting to make some levels and different things like that I'll get to, and that's when I ran into Silent, and I did a silly level for him called Silence Island. which entailed having a 50-foot tall banana that you drive by in this one video game. That was just for a vehicle joke. Anyway, He's just a practical joker, that one. Never take anything he says seriously. I'm sure he doesn't. Neither does his mom. His mom's out there laughing at him right now. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. He's got a good sense of humor, that lad. That's why I like him. You know, he doesn't take it. You know, that's the whole thing about a lot of these things, right? Is if something gets a rise out of you, right? People keep doing it, right? And if you complain about it, and they keep doing it, and then you know, it because they got nothing else to do. Some people, right? You know. Now, mind you, one of the things that I pick up on some of these little videos on copyright or the Warner Brothers thing, right? To give you an idea how bad Warner Brothers is, I live in Canada, and we have this program called the Foreign Temporary Worker Program. And it was a good idea in principle. And it's about, you know, if there's a shortage of jobs in an industry, that we would, you know, pay to have someone come over here to Canada for a temporary time of, say, 4 to 5 years to do some work in a field. And most of these jobs are the lower end paying jobs that people don't go for because they get education in Canada and they go and they get a better job. So they don't want to do apple picking, right? You know, that's something young kids and foreign people end up doing. Well, the problem was that some of these corporations started thinking a little bit evil, right? They're going, hey, I'm Warner Brothers. How can I really make some serious money off all this foreign temporary worker thing? Hey, why don't we go to some places where they don't know how much the value of 3D special effects and animation costs, and we'll bring these people over to Canada, put 5 of them in a room, right? And tell them to work at less than minimum wage in Canada, right? Meanwhile, I get on disability, and they back pay me for a year. So I'm sitting there with $8,000-9,000. I buy myself a new computer. I get an e-bike with a trailer on the back, so I can get around, and you know, do groceries and stuff, and look after myself, and I don't have to pay for gas and a license. Smart, you know. And I'm in a city. I mean, I don't need a big car or truck or anything like that. And so I still have a couple $1,000s in the bank. And so then I get talking to my worker about some of the technology I can get into. And what happened is they had this program that in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, and it was a really cool idea. I like it. And even though I ended up having to drop out of it because of this, it's still a good idea. You take 9 businesses that are starting up that are all different, okay? You put them together with 3 established business guys who can give you tips on how to do things that are doing well. And they give you then something like an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month for a year to get your business going, plus $25,000 grant to buy equipment. Now imagine what a $25,000 thing would have done to a guy like me. I mean, that's back in 2012. Okay, that's a lot of money. Now, mind you, a big chunk of that cost back then wouldn't have been me using Blender. It would have been me getting Autodesk Maya and 3ds Max at a $10,000 off discount for $15,000. That's how stupid this industry is for cost. So here's Warner Brothers skirting the rules on that, okay? Screwing guys like me out of being able to work, okay? So I had to sit here on disability and not do anything, you know, and then I don't know, in the last year or two I just kind of just see what I could do, and what it's like things have matured enough that I could try and use Blender. And then I got into it, and then suddenly they went to the 2.80, and it's just been, forget it, you know. They keep updating that stupid shit software every week. It's something new with the user interface, or it's this or that. I can't get anyone to, you know, how would you do a tutorial on it, right? And then the guys that do the tutorials, they only want to do ones where it doesn't interfere with them making money. You see, it's it's like it's like a gated little system in itself, right? That's why I just stuck inside the Unreal Engine and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take all the free stuff that Unreal gave me and do something with that. People want to call it an asset flip, fine. I mean, it's for me. It's not for you. But if you want a copy, kind of thing, right? And then I was gonna make up some levels with this thing and the Quixel stuff, and you got textures, and I can make some neat stuff. They did a nice tutorial on how to use their stuff to make nice scenery and stuff. And I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna take my time at this, so it's done right rather than just, you know. And that's sort of me, right? And that's where I'm at, where things, and that's why I'm really against Warner Brothers. Okay, you want to see anybody who's pissed at Warner Brothers is me. I mean, where would I be right now if I had 6 years where I could be doing a business? Because here's how it goes: those other 8 businesses that were in this little program would have been using me as a client. They would have been my clients to begin with because I could do them up some pretty fancy special effects or a little video or something, for marketing. That's immediate sales. And then you get a good reputation right there. The other 3 guys just see what you're able to do. You might get a good word there. And that's how you build a reputation, you see. I mean, I mean, the guy that made Bryce, the guy that does the textures inside Bryce, I was messing around with making planets, okay? I showed him it. He said, that's really an interesting idea. I says, yeah. And then if I had some texture painting, I could go at the back of this thing and cover up that little spot there or mess with it enough that you wouldn't notice it, and then you got a planet. And if you could make an algorithm that actually did that, then you would have a situation where you could actually do that. And he's like, neat. That's 10-year-old software, right? And I was seeing guys selling planets in these marketplaces around here for like $40, $50. I'm going, Jesus Christ, I could chunk out 100 of these in a day and I'd be a billionaire. Yay! I go to start thinking about doing that, show off a few online, then boom, the prices drop. Same with building buildings and stuff like that. One guy made this city and it was charging like $1,500 for it, and then suddenly I start doing something and then everything is like $20. You know what I mean? It's like the people running things will just undercut you right out of business. So you might as well, it's like my dad said, well, if they're going to screw you like that, you might as well just do things for free and screw them right back. You know that? That's why I don't care about monetization either. It's like, if it happens, it happens. I'll be glad for it. It's that I'm growing. I'm fine with the way I'm growing. It means about 6 or 7 months. That's fine. That's cool. I'm good with that. Even if it takes longer, I don't care. Right? Like it's about me having some fun and enjoying myself and tripping around. Like, look at this, eh? Got scenery over there, got a big planet over here with a giant ring around it, Now the music in this game will put you right out. It'll just knock you to sleep. It's got this dreamy sounding, and I'm like, my God, put some rock and roll on this station, will you? We're not dying yet. Even some rockin' country, come on. Yeah. I've seen a lot of, and to even give you an even further bad abuse, the airlines started putting people as pilots they were paying $8 an hour. What? Say what? What's next? Paying people $4 an hour to go fight your wars too? Like, like there's greed, and then there's actually criminal sickness of the brain. Okay, those people that at Warner should have been, all those people that were skirting that little rule, they should have been arrested, investigated for whatever else, because every time you look at Warner Brothers, they're up to something bad. You know, like copy striking a guy before his video's even up. I would so sue your ass, man. I would. I don't care how I don't care who I'd have to borrow the money from, right? Any lawyer looks at that, he would just drool, going, "Yeah." The thing being is, you'd have to prove you lost some money, okay? Right? So this is why, and I'm going to tell all of you, this is why they picked on me, EA picked on me, and not the guy that had a 20,000 subscriber base, okay? It's why EA hit Battle for Middle-earth and embedded sound in it that you can't take out, okay? And yet that guy is still playing his modded little thing, and he said to me, his first response was, "Oh yeah, and the music in my mod, I turn that off when I play it." I says, "Listen, buddy, I didn't have any music on at all, and they still hit me." And then he just went quiet. Never said a word to me ever again. I was asking him if they'd ever bothered him, right? So then I got the idea, I figured it out. What's going on is these companies have people watching who everywhere you post on YouTube as well. They're collecting the data of your posts. I wonder if YouTube knows that that's actually illegal, okay? Because did EA ask if permission to take my comment, right? So that they could go and say, "This guy, we don't like him, we're going to find some reason to copy claim him. Let's go through all his videos." Oh, there's 2 seconds. I think it was 4 seconds. 2 seconds? 2 seconds. Yeah. And that's where I was at. And so I just, you know what? I had like, what, 100 subscribers or something like that. I just, screw this. I'll just take the video down. I'm not going to allow you to make money off you know, me playing your video game when you're a jerk like that. You know, like, they don't get it. They don't care. There's just lawyers running these companies now. They're almost not even game publishers anymore. They're just lawyers looking to exploit everything. Everything. It's a kind of sickness. It really is. That's not saying all lawyers are bad, right? There's some that fight a good fight and marginally honest, but you're going to have a hard time, you know, actually saying, you know, all lawyers are great, man. Yeah. Unless you're a lawyer, you're not going to say that. I mean, if you're hanging out with a lawyer, you got to be wondering what for. Oh, pirates. Hold on. I'll get this first. Trade resources. We do this. We do this. There. Look at that. He gave me 500 million credits. Where are these pirates? Right in the asteroid field. Like Warner Brothers is also crying. You know, what's her name? Robbie from Birds of Prey was crying about. You know, men should see this film just so that they can relate to women. You know what my response in that tweet was? I said, you know, if I want a response from a woman, I'm not going to watch a movie to do it. I'll go talk to a woman, a real one. Everybody's laughing about that, eh? Like really? Okay, let's turn the lasers on. They act like, you know, they're the be-all, end-all of everything, you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with these actors and musicians and stuff. They think they're, you know, yeah, baby. I'm gonna kill you eventually. Okay, yeah. I want that yellow one. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'll take that. Let's look upwards. I don't want to hit anybody. There we go. Is that it? They all dead? Oh, one left. Where is he? Where'd he go? He's up there. Oh yeah, back into the asteroid field, I see. I can't be hitting rubble now. Little pieces are okay. See? Is he dead yet? Yeah, okay, there we go. Now what's that do for... Getting there. Anyway, I'm gonna do 2 more spots. I haven't even gone to the bathroom here. I gotta go. Okay, get out of this asteroid field here. And we'll go. See those little green rocks? That's a material called naonite. And those are the rocks that have iron. If it's blue colored, it's trinium. If it's orange, it's the oganite. If it's yellow, it's xandian. And if it's reddish color, it's Avorion, which you won't see in this part, in the outer part of the galaxy at all. It's all in the center, and you gotta find a way in there. Anyway, I'll go back to the chat here for a second. Yeah, and a little bit of a fight there. Yeah, I think I have Evil Ash's thing on my whatever there. Yeah. Anyway, I'll check it out, and if I don't, I'll make sure I do. I'm pretty sure I do, though, Willie. And John, thank you very much for watching that. And it's the guy. The thing is, right, is that with the Warner Brothers thing, is that it's like pre-crime. Like, if they think you're going to do something, they could then go and arrest you. That's where this all leads. And then it's like, well, you know, that you just can't do that. You can't do that. And Hogue Law, okay, whom I follow as well, who actually did a kind of legal ended thing from a corporate lawyer kind of stance, right, where he kind of talks about his opinion of this situation, right? He says, in a nutshell, okay, that what they did was, Warner Brothers did was wrong. And the thing is, he could take them to court and he would probably win. The problem is, if you're small, 1,000 views is maybe $3 or $4. Okay? And then you're going to have to pay for your own lawyer too, which is, you know what I mean? You end up losing money doing that. And these people like Warner Brothers and the copyright trolls, they know that. And this is one of the reasons why they do this shit. Okay? Right? Now, mind you, I'm on disability in Canada. Okay? Warner Brothers has a division here in Canada. I would just go down the street, file $126 civil suit. Okay? That's what the cost is for the paperwork. And I would sue them for $30,000 in small claims court. Okay? Because not only would I be suing them for the damages of lost views and things, I'd do it for pain and suffering too. Okay? And let a judge decide. Okay? And once a judge finds out that they're trying to copyright claim you before you've even done a video, it's game over. He'll know, and they won't even want to show up in court on that shit. Okay? Because it'll be like $5,000 for them to show up in court with their lawyers. Okay? On top of that, any decision where the judge gives you money, right? So all that just for nothing. You know what I mean? That would almost be worth losing $126 if I got like $3 out of it. You know what I mean? Just to send them a $5,000 bill. If every single person was able to afford to do that, right? That would be a thing, right? But not everybody is, and that's Canadian law, though, right? This DMCA in the U.S. works differently, right? Like we do have a little bit different system here, and they wouldn't even be doing that here, right? They can't do it to me. If I'm not making money, if I'm not monetized, they can't touch me. Okay? Not in a real legal sense. Like the best that they could ever do to me in Canada is then shut my YouTube account down, right? Like that would be it, because it's an American service, right? But I would be like, big deal. I still have my games, I still have my stuff, you know, whoop-de-doo, right? Mind you, if they pulled shit like that, I could show them how I'm growing and how I would be monetized, and that all the view counts then count in, and how much I get on a daily basis, and then I would count that over the course of a year, that maybe it might take to get the account reinstated, and then I would sue them for that much, plus the cost of, you know, filing the paperwork, plus a lawyer, plus, you know, plus pain and suffering. And I wouldn't put up with their shit, you know. And you know what? Me and Warner Brothers, we go right back to the second last time they had or the last time Michael Geist was talking about copyright laws, back when Stephen Harper was in. And I was on Facebook, and I was having this argument with a Warner Brothers lawyer for 3 weeks straight, non-stop, 8 hours a day, about them trying to put like a cost onto our internet so that we could all have this, you know, it'd be like a levy on our internet or some shit. And I said, listen, this is how much it actually costs, okay, when you consider the levy on CDRs. And I went through all the cost analysis, and I did all this work and stuff like that, and showed that $1.50 on our internet accounts would give them double the amount of money it would from the CDR levy, and then we could just have a torrent site or something set up inside Canada and do all the blocking that you wanted to try and do, and have it that way. And this guy just went all stupid crazy, and everybody said he sounded right insane, literally. So I just gave up on him, and then about a week later, Warner announced that they were going to try and do something like that in Canada and charge $20 a month, and I started laughing my head off. I says, no one's going to pay you that money, buddy. No one. It says, you're an idiot. You're still idiots. You know? That's what I mean. Like, you know, I know how to get in the right people's face at the right time and say the right words when I have to. And I don't back down if I'm into a fight, okay? That's the difference between me and someone else. You want to come at me, you better be ready for what's going to come, because I will go all around you and find everything I know about you and come sideways at you, right? About everything, okay? That's not a threat either to anyone out there. I'm just talking in a legal sense, right? I'll find out everything I can to defend myself and do everything in the right way. Should have said it that way. Anyway. But yeah, that's a little bit of history with them anyway. Yeah. So anyway, back to the Birds of Prey thing. So she's all crazy about that. Now their sales are not up, eh? You know, for that movie. And this comes down to another one where I sit here and I go, you know, if they keep trying to shove your stupid politics into, why don't you just make a story that doesn't require, you know, all this. Bleh. I mean, you're supposed to be a superhero of some kind, right? Well, no, she's just a chick with big tits. You know? That's all. And that's what these That's what that's the fantasy that the guys that watch that look at comics, that it's like real softcore porn, real softcore, because they're clothed, right? It's like some kid looking at the bra section of a Sears magazine. It's like, oh. Don't say you haven't done it now. Oh, wait, they're out of business now. You're in trouble. Oh, Lord. How did I get here? Okay, more aliens, eh? Where are they? Where are the aliens? Oh, they're underneath me. Hey, boys. Where do you think you're going? Into something here. I just know that. Hit him. Jeez. Mess of lasers everywhere. There, you're dead. Say no to aliens. Space aliens, that is. Gotta make sure you say that. Someone gets offended. Oh, look at that big stick. If that hits me. There. I got rid of the aliens. Okay. Anyway. See, like, I got thinking about what Warner Brothers did with this screwing me out of business. You know, technically, if I had have been on the ball back then, because there is a time limit, a statute of limitations for certain laws. If I had have been on the ball and knew about law back then a little bit, I probably could have taken them to court and showed, you know, you've cost me money. All right, and been, you know, got something out of it, at least to start back up again. Then you would know that not to mess with doing that again. But that's one of the reasons why they shut that loophole, is because, yeah, I mean, you go into Tim Hortons and it's a bunch of people from India working there. They're not even Canadians anymore. And where are all the kids going to work? And it was just getting so stupid around here that people then said, okay, we're not going to Tim Hortons anymore, right? We're not going to go here. We're not going to do this. You had to start boycotting places to send the government the message to stop this shit, right? And when these big companies started losing money, that's when they started doing it, you know. Like, despite the size of the population of Canada, we're up in the top. We're the 9th biggest economy in the world, which we're supposed to move up to 7th in the next couple of years. Whew. Right? Anyway, we'll see what happens there. Like, and here's the kicker. Now, you know, 8 years has gone by. You know, I'm 8 years older. You know, I'm not getting any younger, and it's, you know, so, yeah, I'm just going to do things for fun, and I'm not going to worry about money and all that other stuff, and just have some fun. And if, you know, if I make a buck some day down the line, well, gee, that's great. Like, they got new disability rules where I'm allowed apparently to make up to $6,000 in a year without, you know, it messing with my disability. Hold on here, I gotta do one of these. Ooh, this looks trippy as shit. How the hell am I gonna park on this one? I'm gonna go around the corner here. Where is this? Holy jeez, man. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so that's just one of those things where you go, well, whatever, you know. Everyone will survive. Okay, it's not doing that anymore. So the only way I can get this up higher and whatnot is to do missions or whatever. And we've gone there, there, and there. Okay, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break for go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Just maybe even get some water for a coffee. It's evil ash, lichen, wolf. Let me highlight that and make sure I got that, Willie. You know what you do, eh? Post a link on your next. I don't know. You can't even do that really anymore. You know, they don't like you doing stuff like that. And you know, here. You know what? I'm gonna mod you, Willie. You know what? Here. There you go. There. Now you're a mod. You can post a link to her now. Okay. I'm giving you permission to do that. Right? This is Willie's. I taken as your future wife, right? So go check her out, I guess. Hold on, let me see here. Evil ash like. Yeah, it says I'm evil ash lichen wolf cop bet grammarian. That's a different thing now, I think. Let me think here. Does that person do like Assassin's Creed and Apex Legends stuff there, Willie? Just sort of. Anyway, give me a minute here. I gotta go to the bathroom before I explode here. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And scream at the roommate to get out of the bathroom while I'm taking a leak. Okay. What are we at here? So we'll go another 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and then I'll call this one. 4 hours is long enough for this. Let's see here. Where are we going to go? Where are we in the galaxy here? Got to get some more powerful lasers, though, eh? Let's go back over here and see if we can get some. There we go. Get anything up to excellent here. So I wonder, let me see some. Can I give him a bribe? What are these guys called? Oola. See them in the there they are. Okay, never mind. I had them highlighted and I was like, to a new area. Here we go. Poof. Yeah. There, and then I'm gonna, let's see, 3.5 hours. I think we're good right now. You know what? Let me see here. There you go. Yeah. I am subscribed to Evil Ash. Yeah. That's why I was saying, you know, because just to make sure it's the right person that I was subscribed to. Yeah, Assassin's Creed's an expensive game too, eh? That was like, Some of these games, you know, they whoa. I think they wanted what, $80 Canadian or $90 Canadian for that thing. It's like, whoa. Might get it a little bit on sales, you know. It's like when I was shocked, eh? And one day I go by and I'm looking at Total War Warhammer, kind of going, I'll never be able to afford it. And then the next day it was like, wow, it's $24. Wow, okay. I'll grab that. And then they did an update to make it run better on PCs, and I was like, yeah, cool. So anyway, I'm going to end this one. It's been long enough. This is a good stream, though. I got a lot done with this ship, and I got lots of areas to go. And one of the other things I might do, we're going to make this a real hybrid ship. Right, okay, so we got 4 warp engines, right? Maybe I'll put 2 underneath here. You know what I mean? Right? Put 2 more and have like a little thing go straight down so they're away from the ship, right? So it's kind of realistic in that sense, you know? See how 6 warp engines? And then maybe later I'll put 2 more on the top part there. It'd be just like the uber fast little, I don't know, whatever ship. Anyway. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you go. But I'm glad everybody showed up. And like I said, when it comes to legal issues, make sure you do actually talk to a lawyer. Anything I speak about is just an opinion, right? And or has come from experience where I've encountered something, right? Doesn't mean that, you know, like for instance, the COPPA stuff. One of the biggest issues with COPPA was you really don't know what they would want to, what they could do, because it's up to that FTC guy in his head how he interprets the law that they come at you, and then it would be up to, you know, a judge in them or whatever. I don't know how that legal process works, right? And if you're not in the country, I was told to put your stuff into Content ID, and you can't put games into the Content ID system because technically we don't own the games. Okay, it's like a gray area where they wouldn't want to be screwing you because no one will play your game. You'd be out of business, right? Hint, hint, ha, 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 ha. You know. Anyway, and I'll be seeing you guys around. And if you want to see this game, it is on Steam. It's called Avorion, and it's in beta right now. And it should be released, I believe, sometime in the summer. That's what he's saying anyway. I would say, you know what, I would think fall, just to have your brain set, you know, so you're not disappointed that it doesn't happen. Just think that way. Yeah, and this is another weird game I'm playing. Right? Just you wait until I make the giant floating bananas there silent. You'll be wondering what the hell is he doing now, right? I'll go find a giant banana someone made in this game, and then I'll fly around as the giant banana. And it'll have like particle beams on it and cannons, and it'd be the most destructive fruit you ever seen. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. This is what fun with games is supposed to be about anyway. Okay guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.